Stun him, I'm stunning him, I'm stunning him. Stun with the ladder, I'm gonna stun again. 3, 2, 1, stunning.
He knows, he knows.
Doesn't matter.
Good shit. Good shit.
What's up, guys? All right, so today we're gonna be doing an operator guide on how to play as Nokk. We're gonna be going through the loadout, what your ability does, how to effectively use Nokk, and what your role is as Nokk throughout round-to-round basis. And we're gonna provide some examples of some Nokk gameplay. So let's get to it. All right, so going through the loadout, Nokk is an interesting op because you're gonna have two kind of wacky guns that most attackers aren't going to have access to. So you're gonna have an SMG as a primary for an attacker, which is honestly just a little weak, but the fire rate more than makes up for it. And what Nokk is majorly used for is to get the sneak attack on somebody. So this gun is more than capable of doing that, and with a 1.5 scope, it's pretty great. You also have the 612 SD shotgun. I'm gonna be honest, this shotgun's not that great. I think that most people are going to be relying on the FMG. I mean, this shotgun is very close to range. You're gonna have to basically use the entire mag to take somebody down with this. This gun is going to be very good if you have ever played Smoke. It's the same gun. And then you have the 5.7 USG as well as the Deagle with a silencer. Personally, I prefer the Deagle. So when I'm like sneaking around, it is nice being able to open up a hole in a wall really quickly so you can have a line of sight. With the FMG, obviously you're gonna have to shoot a lot, so I don't like putting silencers on primaries, but I don't mind putting it on my secondary, especially when it's like secondary like the Deagle. It's very fast at opening up a line of sight, so I think the Deagle is the way to go. 5.7 if you are trying to, you don't really care about the line of sight as much, you just want a good secondary to actually kill somebody. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but has a lot of bullets. Then you have a grenade and a hard reach gadget. So can't really go wrong with grenades. So most of the time you will be running grenades, but there are times where you might want to run a hard reach gadget. So keep that in mind, but most of the time you're gonna be running grenades. So now we're gonna go over Nokk's ability and why people will pick Nokk over other ops. So your ability, I think it's called a Hell's Presence. You'll be able to walk around almost identically to your normal speed, slightly slower, but you make very little audio. As well, cameras cannot spot you. Like, you are completely invisible to all types of cameras. Maestro cams, echo cams, or default cams. You are completely invisible. They will see a flash as you go invisible. So if they can see you while I'm like normal and then I go invisible, they'll see like a flash and then I'll go invisible. And they won't be able to see where I move around. So this is extremely good on getting a sneak attack on operators that might be relying too much on the camera. So let's take Bank, for example. I wanted to bring us here for a second to really kind of display how else we could be used. There's a default cam there. So most people will just shoot that default cam without thinking anything of it. But with Nokk, what you can do is give them a false sense of security. Walk past the camera and they will have no idea that you are even in the lobby. They'll have no idea. The ability is active while you're ADS as well, so you'll be able to walk in no problem, and they will have no idea unless they were physically in that room able to see me. You can hear slight audio as Nokk is walking around, but it is very, very quiet, and you have to have the ears of a falcon to hear anything. It's extremely hard, and most of the time you're not going to hear anything. So unless they are physically watching and they see you come in, then they're not really going to be able to tell that you even in the area. Take you guys to a normal round as Nokk really quick. So well, that camera can see me. I'm gonna throw a camera here. I'm gonna drone out all of garage, and then if I know garage is clear, I'll use my ability without shooting that camera and just sneak past it. So they'll think that no one's coming garage because, oh, that camera's still up, but in fact I'll already be inside the garage. They'll get back on that camera like, oh, don't worry, garage cam is still up, as I sneak forward more and more until you get the sneak attack on somebody. So when you're Nokk, your goal is to look for that early pick, that early lurking pick, to find someone like not really paying attention, walking around, and you see one, take them out, making a 5v4. Now that you know, now that they're aware of your presence, obviously your ability is not going to work with eyeballs. So now you're just kind of playing smart, using your grenades, whatever you got to do with your team, and you should be good. Find that early pick and stay up afterwards. A lot of people that when they play Nokk will get an early pick and then they'll get way too aggressive and get picked back. So they'll go from a 5v4 to a 4v4, and your pick was honestly negated. Find your pick and play smart. Most of the time when I'm playing Nokk, I'm going to look into getting into a situation that they wouldn't want me to be at, so I can go underneath and grenade up before they're even aware. If they can get my teammates can get a camera on somebody, I can go underneath. I'll get a Z ping on somebody, and I'll just come down underneath and snipe them with it, and that will kill them instantly. And now it's a 5-4, and I can sneak around. They know if someone's underneath. They know it's going to be a Nokk, but it's going to be extremely hard to be able to locate me and pin me down. So they're going to be afraid of potential flanks from basically every staircase. So there's a lot of soft pressure. So that's a word I haven't heard that many content creators talk about, or I mean pros know about it. But soft pressure is the ability to feel pressured even when nothing's happening. Like the ability, like, you know, someone's in underneath an archive. So if you're playing up in CEO, you know that someone could potentially walk up square and hold an angle here. So the soft pressure would be, oh, I gotta make sure I'm aware of the square, but then I also have to be aware of the main staircase because it could also go there. That soft pressure is going to make both sides vulnerable because they're going to be able to keep track of both sides. And if they have enough players to keep track of both sides, that opens up other opportunities to attack from different situations, like going up spiral or potentially repelling in the CEO window itself. All right, so now we're gonna go through a normal round as Nokk. So this is FPL, aka Face of Pro League, with GL players and pros. So I'm gonna entry in through dirt. We have a man on a drone in armory. So Buck's gonna let me in. He's also gonna come with me. We're gonna push through. I'm gonna have gun up when I start to hear them close. I don't hear anybody, so we push in. I have gun up at blue because I won't be able to hear this guy. Pushing in, pushing aggressively because time is of the essence here. I'm trying to get into a spot where they're not going to expect me to be as quick as I can. See if I can snipe somebody. I get to oil pit. So this is interesting. I didn't really invent this, but I saw someone do this in a ranked match, and I started to do this as well. So you can throw grenades in from under here, like so. Get the guy up in rafters. A lot of times the grenades will go off. I won't be able to find the guy in rafters, but I am just gonna wait, and then I'm probably going to climb up the ladder while they shoot towards the door, so the guy won't hear me as I come up. He has no idea I came up the staircase. He had no idea I was even in garage. He couldn't hear me come up the ladder. They were shooting from the wall, and I just get the complete jump and take complete control of rafters. Nokk is a very good surprise attack op. If you play with your audio and your teammates, you should be able to get that early entry pick. So here's another round. I came in through dirt again, but this time, instead of just going for the oil pit rush, I'm going to try to have a little bit of presence at lounge. They know I'm underneath, so I'm not really hiding anything too much because that sneak attack really only works once. So I'm waiting for the flank, waiting for someone to walk down red, or see if I can kill the guy at rafters. Throw a grenade bottom red to kind of bait off someone coming from bar, and I do get him. Another one comes from red, and I'm out of grenades now. I'm trying to see if anyone else is going to flank to see if they can come deal with me. So again, I'm going to go up that ladder because I don't believe that he knew that I came up that ladder the first time. So I'm going to have another teammate shoot from the breach as I come up. They won't be able to see me on the camera coming up the ladder, and I will take him out. Even though he was kind of ready for me there, still take him out and secure the rafters and won the round. All right, guys, that's it for Nokk's guide today. Recap: when you're Nokk, try to find an area to potentially sneak in that's only guarded by a camera. Get in through that. Make sure you have either your droning or a teammate's droning so you have a general idea of what you're going into. Don't go in blindly because maybe you'll get ratted by a defender. So you'll be able to sneak past the cameras, so you'll be able to get the jump on at least one defender, potentially more if you play your cards right. And yeah, Nokk's a fun operator to play. It's honestly like almost as fun as, like, let's say like an operator like Caveira. Very fun to play. The gun at the FMG is a little bit of a letdown sometimes, but that paired with the ability to just sneak past cameras and just the overall stealthy silent ability, be able to walk around with minimal noise, is extremely powerful, and you will get the jump on a lot of people. So even if your gun is a little bit worse, most of the time you're probably going to end up on top. So, all right, guys, remember to subscribe, like, and comment for more. We got more guides coming out, so let me know which operator you want to see next down in the comments below. Love you guys. Peace out. Also, I have a giveaway that is active. It will be in the description down below as well. Giving out a keyboard and a mouse. So hit it up. Peace out.